Hello everybody, welcome to the Year 3 transition video. I hope you're all well and keeping safe. During this video we're going to have a look at all the things that are going to come up in Year 3. Okay, so firstly, you've got the Year 3 team. You've got myself, Mr. Shepherd. You've got our TA, Mrs. Thompson, and you've got Mrs. Petts who will be teaching your science. Okay, just to relax, get ourselves into the video, I've got a bit of a quiz for you. All right, and this quiz is the East Morton Primary School quiz. There's going to be 5 questions, all right, and they're relatively easy, ones that you should be able to answer, all right. And at any point, you can stop the video just to give yourself a bit of thinking time and get the answer down that you want, all right. So at any point, you stop this video. Okay, question 1. Can you name 3 of our school's values? Question 2. In which classroom would you find Miss Drake? Question 3. What is the village church called? Question 4. Who is the Year 6 teacher? And question 5. Who in our school loves mini cheddars? So like I said, you can pause the video at this moment, or if you've done it already, all right, just have a little think, check over your answers, because I'm about to go through the actual answers. Okay, here we go. So, question 1. Can you name 3 of our school's values? So you could have had any of these. Love, wisdom, justice, community, generosity, peace, or hope. So all you needed was 3 of those. Question 2. In which classroom would you find Miss Drake? Well, that's in Year 5. Question 3. What is the village church called? Well, that's St. Luke's. Question 4. Who is the Year 6 teacher? That's Mr. Lacey. And question 5, who in our school loves mini cheddars? Well, that's me. I love my mini cheddars. All right. So, firstly then, we're just going to have a look through now some slides about what we're going to be doing in Year 3 in English, Maths, Learning Challenge, Science. All right. I don't think there'll be anything of surprise massively to anybody. So, firstly, English with writing. Units will be structured just the same as you are used to, but with different exciting texts which match our learning challenge. So essentially we're doing exactly the same, where our English units will focus around a book, and hopefully these will be exciting to you guys, and things that you can really use and dive straight into and get enthused about. Like we do in every English topic, we'll start with a hook. We'll predict about what our book's going to be before we do the big reveal. Reading, we're going to carry on the reciprocal reading lessons, which we did on Friday. And this is where we'll have a text and we'll predict, we'll clarify, we'll question, and we'll summarize. And hopefully you guys, you've done that before and you'll be up to speed with that when we eventually go back to school. We're also going to continue our riveting reading, which will be in the afternoons. So that's English. Moving on to maths then. So again, you know the structure of our math lessons and the way they work, and the way that the units work. So when we go back to school, we're going to start with place value, then we'll move on to addition, subtraction, then multiplication, division, and we'll use all those basic skills to then move on to other things like fractions and looking at length and perimeter. All right, but essentially we'll build upon knowledge that you've already acquired in Year 2, and not just Year 2, but over the whole of Key Stage 1, so Reception Year 1 and Year 2. All right, and that's basically what we're going to do. We're just going to build on what you already know. We also have, we're going to have a really big focus on making sure you know your 1s, your 2s, your 3s, your 4s, your 5s, your 8s, and your 10 times table. Now I've highlighted in red the 3s, the 4s, and the 8s, because those are the times tables that I'll be introducing in Year 3 to you guys. But you should have already been introduced to the 1s, the 2s, the 5s, and the 10s. Okay, and we also want to know the related division facts around those, and hopefully we'll be able to know those by the end of Year 3. So you might want to get practicing, and if you've got access to timetable rocks, then I'd definitely get on there if you can. Learning challenge then. All right, so in Year 3, our learning challenge topics will be who first lived in Britain, where we'll look at the time periods of the Stone Age, the Bronze Age, and the Iron Age. And we'll look right through that, and we'll try and put them onto timelines, and we'll find out what's different about them, what's the same, how people lived then as well, because this is thousands of years ago that happened. Unfortunately, we won't be going on the Nell Bank school trip, which we've traditionally done in year 3 at the start of this one, and that's just due to the circumstances we're in. Our second topic after Christmas will be what makes the earth angry. And as you can see by the picture there, I always think this is one that gets me excited, is we'll be looking at volcanoes and earthquakes and tsunamis and the things that cause these natural disasters to occur in our world. And we'll actually see where these happen in the world as well. And lastly, in the summer term, we'll look at what did the Romans ever do for us. So we're just going to build on essentially from our Stone Age, Bronze Age and Iron Age knowledge, which feeds into the Roman era, okay, and specifically the Romans in Britain. And what did they do for us? What legacy did they leave behind? Okay, and things like that. So that's Learning Challenge. Okay, next one's science. Now, I won't be teaching this. This will be Mrs. Pets, but her topics for next year will be what do rocks tell us about the way the Earth was formed, and all the things you'll learn in that will fit in nicely to one of our Learning Challenge topics, which was what makes the Earth angry, because you'll look at how the Earth is formed and what happens under the ground, and that fits nicely into that topic. Second little bit, how far can you throw your shadow? Can you even throw a shadow? I don't know, you're going to find out. Thirdly, are you attractive enough? Okay, again, I wonder what the word attractive actually means in that question. Next one is, how can Usain Bolt run so quickly? I wish I knew, because I wish I was as fast as Usain Bolt. And lastly, how does Blossom become an apple? All right, so all those things will be what you'll learn about in science with Mrs. Pets. Okay, last thing then. I've got a little task for you. I'm really excited to know everything I can about you before you come back to school, and before we meet face to face. Okay, when it gets to this time of year, I always get really excited about my next class and getting to know new people and new children. So what I want you to do for me is, could you write a letter, or if you don't want to do a letter, you can create a video, just like I am now. Create a video to introduce yourself to me, please. So, and then perhaps you could email it to Miss Stockdale, the year 2 email, and then she'll send it on to me. Now, I want to stress, you do not have to do this if you don't want, but I would love it if you did. Okay, but again, there's absolutely no pressure to do it. So the kind of things that I'd like to know about you is just a little bit about you. Anything you think that I should know, whether it's, do you like mini cheddars as well? I don't know. Do you like to play sport? What kind of sport do you like to play? Rugby, football, cricket, anything like that. What are you good at or confident in? So think about school. Do you feel really confident in English, or do you feel really confident in Learning Challenge or maths? And why are you confident at that? And if you think you're good at it, what makes you good at that? Next then, what do you want to improve on next year? So thinking about year 2, what is this? Is there something in year 2 that you felt you could get better at with practice and with more effort? And what exactly is that? What do you want to improve on and get better at? And then anything else you think your new teacher, which is me, would like or needs to know about you. So that's linking back to the first one, really, isn't it? So just anything you can think of in a letter format or in a video, you can send that to me and I'll have a look through. And if there's any way that I can reply back, whether it's through email or anything like that, I'll try my best to do that for you. Okay, so hopefully that's given you an idea of what year 3 is about, okay, and what we're going to try and do. I'm going to try and make it as fun as possible. I'm going to try and learn different things. I like to get us outside when we can, when it's not raining. I actually teach our PE, so I like to bring some maths and English into the PE and use it that way, and vice versa as well. I like to get us active in English and maths and things like that. So there might be some new things coming up. Okay, now I'm pretty sure that you're all feeling a little bit anxious because of the situation we're in, and you would tend to do anyway because you're going to meet a new teacher and things. But I feel exactly the same about you guys. I'm a little bit nervous and a little bit anxious about what could happen and things like that. So If there is anything, please let your parents know, or put it in your letter, anything like that. Send it over to Miss Stockdale, and you can pass that through to me, and hopefully I can get back to you as quick as possible and answer any questions or anything that you can think of like that. Okay, so then hopefully I'll see you soon. Bye now.